Steve Nicol, how do you feel?
Before the game, I would have taken a point. But now that I've seen the game, I've seen how Liverpool played, I'm disappointed that Liverpool didn't get 3 points. I thought they were the best side.
Costa missed a penalty, though, late on.
Well, he missed a penalty, but Firmino missed 2 sitters as well. So we'll give Costa the penalty, and we'll give Firmino his 2.
Right.
And that means Liverpool wins 3-2.
Okay.
I was happy with the way Liverpool played. I think what we saw was the real Liverpool. But unfortunately, on too many occasions this season, against weaker sides, that's not how they've been.
You called this game? You said it was going to be a draw?
Yeah, I mean, I thought anything could happen, but by the same token, a draw ultimately is a result that suits both sides. And obviously you go out there and you try to win, undoubtedly, but I kind of got the sense, even though there was a second Firmino chance late, after that penalty, I got the sense that from Liverpool, they sort of, rather than pushing on, they became a little bit more concerned about, if we lose this, 4 straight defeats at Anfield, things get really, really hairy.
When the dust settles, big picture, this is a bigger point for Chelsea than it's Liverpool, though, isn't it?
Well, look, there's no onus on Chelsea whatsoever to chase any game now. They've earned that gap by that 13-game winning streak. They can go to some of the chasing pack, and they're all chasing. Most of them are not in the title race, but they're chasing for points for the top 4. They do not have to open themselves up. They don't have to try and boss any game. And in many ways, that suits them. It wasn't a great performance from them. But listen, Liverpool, the onus was on them to win this game. Their fight and their struggle is the top 4. That's what their fight's going to be. They had to win it. They didn't quite do enough. Chelsea can go away, grind out points at grounds like this, and that'll be enough to win the title.
Let's talk about some of the incidents, starting off with the opening goal, David Luiz for the free kick. How much of a percentage of the fault for that goal do you put at Simon Mignolet?
Absolutely. He's not watching the ball. He's not watching what's going on. I think naive is the word. If you look at it back, you will see that every other Liverpool player has actually got his eye on the ball. The three in the wall particularly, they're all covering themselves up. They've got their eye on the ball. But I would have to say, though, the free kick itself is the opposite side where Mignolet would have stood had he been ready, and it's gone in off the post. So I would argue that even if Mignolet was ready and in the right place, he wouldn't have saved it anyway.
You're kind of arguing with yourself.
So you're blaming you're blaming him for not looking.
Well,
it's naive.
It's naive of Mignolet to be in the position he's in. But I'm just saying, at the same time, had he got in the right spot, I don't think he would have got it anyway. It was such a good free kick.
Had that ball finished a yard inside the post, then the likelihood is if he'd been alert and alive, that's something he could have gotten to. But I think, even though he was sleeping, I mean, he was in cloud cuckoo land, wasn't he, Mignolet? And that's the kind of thing that's going to infuriate Klopp. Basic errors at the back in key games. But because of the way it was struck, I don't think he was going to get there anyway in 100 years.
No. But then again, he's there. It's not like, you know, he went off to go have an ice cream. He was there setting up his wall. So you were saying...
sell ice creams at Anfield.
But
it's donuts now. No.
All his teammates, he said, were looking at the ball. Maybe one of them should have been, I mean, presumably Mignolet was giving instructions. Maybe somebody should have said, hey, Simon, they're lining up to shoot. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a collective thing. Or you step forward or you stand in front of it.
The reality is, Gab, that it's his responsibility to be aware and ready for anything. It's called a quick free kick, and as soon as that free kick's given, every single Liverpool player should be on their toes looking out for something like that.
But aren't you coached to say, get somebody to stand over the ball just so this doesn't happen, especially if you're going to have a goalkeeper who's going to spend an hour setting up his wall?
That would have prevented this happening, but you're talking old school. Nobody seems to bother. I can't remember the last time I saw anybody doing that, and it's actually the smart thing to do. And it's not difficult. You know, people say, oh, well, the referee will book him. But if you've got any sort of brain, then you get involved in a conversation with the referee while you're standing in front of the ball. It's called professionalism. And there's not enough professionalism in the game now.
Let's get back on track here. The chasing pack had a chance to catch up. Liverpool had a chance to put one over the league leaders at home, and none of them could do that. It's indicative of Liverpool. They play some nice stuff, not so much of late, but again played some nice stuff in the game. But they cannot keep a clean sheet. It's another game where they've not kept a clean sheet. Costa should have scored the penalty, which he didn't, so could have lost a couple of goals. lost 3 at home to Swansea, lost goals to Wolverhampton at home. The story rolls on and rolls on. Until Klopp fixes that area, they can play as much good football as they want. It is not going to be successful for them.
The penalty they conceded was indicative of the mistakes we've seen from Liverpool this season, Stevie. What were the big issues that you had with it?
Well, it stems from Lovren on the halfway line trying to get in front of Costa to win the ball. He's on the halfway line. He doesn't have to win the ball. All he has to do, and defensively, 99 times out of 100, as long as you're tight and you're goal side, then you're good. Nothing's going to happen. But when you gamble the way Lovren did in this to win the ball, Costa's now running at Matip and ends up getting a penalty.
Saka wouldn't have done that.
Why is he?
Saka wouldn't have done that.
Why is he gambling?
Because
is this all part of
he's not the brightest.
Is this part of the pressing that we see?
In my opinion, Jurgen Klopp has Liverpool attacking in a great way. It's with pace. They close down as well. But unfortunately, there's 2 halves to the field. And the attacking half of the field, I think Klopp's done a great job. The defensive half of the field, I don't think Klopp has spent enough time with his players as individuals and as a unit, because they get pulled all over the place, and then when it comes down to one-on-one defending, just basic one-on-one, 50% of the time Liverpool come out on the wrong side of it.